Hi YouTube friends, this is the recipe that we're using today. It's the same recipe I use for all of my salt bars. It is 80% coconut oil, 20% grapeseed oil, and super fatted to 20% to make up for the drying effects from coconut oil. And I use the soapcalc.net lye calculator. Soapcalc.net told me to use 16.22 ounces of distilled water. So that's what I'm doing here, is measuring out my distilled water. You don't want to use tap water because it has minerals in it, and you will end up with strange formations of crystals forming between your sodium hydroxide and those crystals. I'm going to get my lye out next, so it is time to put on my safety glasses. Lye is dangerous in its crystalline form, and it's dangerous in the lye water. Here's the warnings here. It will burn your skin if it's not protected by gloves or another layer. And your eyes, if you get in your eye, you should go seek some medical attention. Read the safety data sheet before you use sodium hydroxide. It will tell you with skin you clean with water, surfaces you clean with vinegar, and other information you need to know. But stay safe, wear gloves, wear safety glasses, and just be careful with it. Don't spill it, and don't have children or pets around the lye or the lye water. So here I am carefully measuring out exactly how much sodium hydroxide that soapcalc.net told me to use. I'm adding my sodium hydroxide to the distilled water. I usually do this under the fan hood on my stovetop, with the fan turned on high. However, so you could see it, I'm doing this on my kitchen counter, but I'm standing far back. This gives off fumes as it is reacting. Here I've gone from room temperature to 166 Fahrenheit, just in a matter of probably 30 seconds there. And the trick here I find is to either add the lye very slowly or to stir while you're adding the lye. If you don't keep stirring, it will form a hard layer at the bottom. We are now at 200 Fahrenheit. So then I set my lye water aside to cool. I'm measuring out my required coconut oil. I preheated it because I prefer measuring liquid coconut oil rather than solid. However, this was a solid at room temperature. 44.8 ounces is what soapcalc.net told me to measure out for this recipe. So I'm just carefully weighing it out to not go over 44.8 ounces. So now I will do the same with the grapeseed oil. The recipe told me to measure out 11.2 ounces of grapeseed oil. So I'm just going to add this right to the coconut oil, being very careful to not go over the required amount, because if I do, I can't remove it, and then I've super fatted beyond the 20%, already super fat. Next, I'm going to measure out my required fragrance amount. I'm using my favorite spa type of fragrance, which is called Bamboo. And my activated charcoal, I'm going to measure out how much activated charcoal I put in the recipe. We're going to be at 1 ounce. My design is to have 2 sections of batter. One is a green with salt only, and one is a black part of the batter with salt and the activated charcoal. So here's my sea salt, measuring out. The sea salt is to be 75% of the oil weight. My oil weight was 56 ounces, so this is 75% of 56 ounces. Here's my colorants. I have a mica called Yellow Canary and one called Lime Green Mojito to get just a bright green color in the batter. This is the spa type appearance that I like to have in this soap. So I add just a very small amount of oil to the colorants just to get them dispersed a little bit before I add them to the batter. I use grapeseed oil or olive oil, just depending whatever I have on hand. And these oils are not in the recipe, they're extra oils. So, but it's very, very small amount compared to the 56 ounce batch that I'm making. So I just mix them up. I used to use a frother, a little froth, coffee maker frother. However, I found it wasn't working much better than just using a spoon, and it kept getting gummed up and wasn't so easy to clean. So these days I just use a spoon, stir up these colorants. Hi friends, it's Megan here, back from taking our little break and letting the lye water cool down. Now let's check our temperatures, and I think they're going to be good, and we're going to be ready to finish making this soap. I like them to be not too hot, and the lye water doesn't matter too much as long as it's at room temperature or not too hot. So we've got our gloves on, safety glasses on, water is 108 Fahrenheit, and the oils are 100. So we are good. Let's mix this up. I have my stick blender here. Now some oils I took out so this doesn't overflow. I'm going to add them after I get the lye mixed in. And I'm going to do a hanger swirl. So I brought out my hanger here. We set that aside. And let's add the lye water to the oils. Okay. So we need some space for the salt. I'm going to pour half of it in this container. And now I'm going to evenly divide the fragrance between the two. Let's add the color. Let's add the color first. Okay. The fragrance split evenly between these two. More in that one because that one had more batter. Oh, this is a beautiful green. There we go. And that one yellow. And I'm going to add salt to both and then pour some in to make the charcoal. So salt in here. Salt in here. This one's getting thick. This yellow always turns orange, but it comes back to yellow. All right, now this is going to be ready to cut in only 3 hours. So last time I did this, remember I fell asleep if you saw that video? This time it's only 6 p.m., so I'm not going to fall asleep this time. By 9 p.m., I should be cutting this soap. I will even be checking on it at 8 p.m., thinking that might be a good time. Okay. I can smell the fragrance. It smells very good. And here's our mold. Like this. Now what I want is I want the black to kind of go in a curvy stripe. So we'll see if I can do that with the hanger swirl. Need a larger container. There we go. Perfect. This is very nice. Tons of activated charcoal in this one section. The customer came up to me and asked for this soap actually. So, and I thought, well, you know what, this is such a good idea. I've already put the notification into Health Canada because I know this is going to be a beautiful soap. Usually I make the soap, test it. I only put in the cosmetic notification if I know I'm going to sell it, because you don't need to do that just to give it to friends. It's for selling. This one I know I'm selling, so I have notification in for salt bar, and now I have a notification in for salt with activated carbon, because I know the salt bar has been popular and this one will be as well. So I'm going to take the hanger in and straight down, over, back, and up, and do it one more time. There we go. And I'm going to pound this down. Just wanted a nice vein of black throughout. I could have done it, you know, kind of half and half black, half green or something. But my vision was more like a whole vein of this that swirls up through the soap. That's what I want it to look like. Now I'm going to do the opposite of what I did last time. Just this time I'm going to go counterclockwise with the hanger. So towards me and down and up. A bit of back and forth here. Okay, now let's pound this down again and keep with the layering. Oh, look at this, I almost forgot my heart. Here's my heart. You usually don't get to see me put in the heart. I'll show you today. Right here, I'm going to place a white heart. There. Instead of cutting that one, I just overlap it. Put it a bit lower than the other one, so in that piece, it looks nice. And let's put some black in here for contrast. And black on top. That's what we're doing. So I'm just going to texture this top. This one doesn't get my usual piping. It gets checked. Okay, last bit. Oh my goodness, these are going to be big bars of soap. Let's clean up around here and then we're going to texture the top.